Nothing hits you harder than a nice, healthy dose of nostalgia. Something that reminds you of all the fun times you had with your friends, gathered around the TV, waiting for the latest episode of your favorite anime. Or maybe not. Maybe that was just me, and I enjoyed it very, very much. Hey, what's going on? My name's Nate, the Liberated Otaku, and welcome to Who's That Anime? A new series where I give you a overview, a synopsis, if you will, of an anime that I just personally enjoy. And on today's episode, I'm going to be covering an anime that I honestly didn't know was coming back until about a month ago, and that is Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. Now, Fairy Tail was an anime that I just personally adored growing up, but what I really love about 100 Year Quest is that it picks right up after the original Fairy Tail story ends, like almost literally right after, and it goes right back into full swing with all the nice magic and adventure that I've personally come to love about the series. Now, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest follows Natsu, Happy, Lucy, Erza, Gray, Wendy, and Carla as they embark on the journey to, well, take on the legendary 100 Year Quest, which isn't exactly an ordinary mission by any means. Like the name suggests, the 100 Year Quest is a mission that hasn't been completed in over a century. And out of all the participants of this quest, the only one to ever return alive was actually Gildarts, who at the time was the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail. And even though he came back alive, he did come back missing his left arm, left leg, and some eternal organs. Now, granted, he didn't get those injuries from the quest itself. He actually got them from a run-in with Acnologia, which is something to keep in mind because Acnologia's power is pretty much the benchmark for the actual targets of this quest. Speaking of the quest, well, what is it? See, the 100 Year Quest is actually to seal away the 5 dragon gods. Now, these dragons are so powerful that they are said to be equal to, if not be stronger than, Acnologia himself. And we all remember how tough that fight was. And now you mean to tell me they have to beat 5 other ones who may actually just be stronger than him? Yeah, this seems like a lot. At least to me. That's why I'm glad this is an anime, not real life, right? Now, who exactly is this mad lad that's even giving this crazy quest? Well, that would be Eleftheria, the creator of the first ever wizard guild, Mahia Dragon. That's right, the first one ever. And he is a wizard who seeks the removal of the dragon gods because with their power, if left unchecked, can spin, just the end of the world. That's just how powerful these dragon gods are. And he even once attempted to do it himself, even going so far as to teach himself dragon slayer magic. Yes, that's right. This is another dragon slayer. But he realized that even he wasn't up to the task. So he created the quest for other wizards to, try their hand at this. And for whoever actually completes this quest can have one wish granted onto them. Now, personally, I think it'd be easier just to gather the 7 Dragon Balls, but I guess not every anime just has it that easy, huh? Now, despite the obvious dangers that the quest holds, Natsu and the gang are just fired up and ready to go dragon hunting. Or so they think. See, the goal of the quest specifically says to seal away the dragon gods. And that's something just different that they hadn't really considered. Because the gang doesn't know if these dragons are evil or not. I mean, Natsu and Wendy have personal experience with good dragons, right? I mean, they were raised by them. So not all dragons are just necessarily bad. So what do you do when you have to take down an enemy that, 1, you're not sure if they are a friend or an enemy, and 2, they're actually stronger than the strongest foe that you faced thus far? And to complicate things even further, we're introduced to more characters that are not only a threat to Natsu and his gang in all of Fairy Tail, but the world as a whole. See, first we have the new character Toka, who is the newest member of, Fairy Tail. And not much is known about her other than the fact that she loves Natsu. I'm talking about Juvia level of obsession for the man. And while that isn't really a bad thing in of itself, Unless you're a Nalu shipper, then maybe. But there's something else that's kind of off about Toka. It's something that we can't really put our finger on, at least in the beginning. And that's where Jalal comes in with his investigation, because he's trying to see what Toka's connection is to, well, the White Wizard. Because the White Wizard wants to reduce the world to a white nothingness, which honestly is something I don't completely understand yet, but I am excited to learn more about. So next we have Diablos, a legal guild in the land of Giltina, which is where the 100 Years quest takes place. Now I say legal guild because at first glance you would think that these wizards are part of a dark guild, but no, they're legit. They're just a little eccentric, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But even beyond that, there's something else special about the members of this particular guild, and that is that every member is actually a dragon slayer, and not just dragon slayers, but 5th generation dragon slayer. And for those who don't know about dragon slayers, they're classified by generations, which indicates, well, how they learned their magic. For example, Natsu, Gajul, and Wendy are all 1st generation dragon slayers because they learned their magic directly from dragons. So now if you guys want me to go over dragon slayers as a whole and break down each of the generations, then let me know in the comments down below. But when it comes to the 5th generation, they gain their powers by actually eating the flesh of dragons, giving them the name Dragon Eaters. And this group is hunting the 5 dragon gods in order to increase their own power by eating them. And honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's plenty more that can be said about the series, but to be honest, I'm not that far along yet. As of recording this video, the 1st season isn't over and I haven't started reading the manga. So I'll just leave it here for now. But hey, if you like this style of video and you want to see more like it, then tap the like button and let me know what other anime I should cover for this series. And if you want more of my thoughts on anime and characters as a whole, then feel free to subscribe to the channel and check out this video right here.